The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. In the course of his teaching, Jesus said to the crowds, "Beware of the scribes who like to go around in long robes and accept greetings in the marketplaces, seats of honor in synagogues, and places of honor at banquets. They devour the houses of widows and, as a pretext, recite lengthy prayers. They will receive a severe condemnation." He sat down opposite the treasury and observed how the crowd put money into the treasury. Many rich people put in large sums. A poor widow also came and put in 2 small coins worth a few cents. Calling his disciples to himself, he said to them, "Amen, I say to you, this poor widow put in more than all the other contributors to the treasury, for they have all contributed from their surplus wealth. But she, from her poverty, has contributed all she had, her whole livelihood." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
I feel a special connection to this gospel passage, though I find it very challenging. 39 years ago today, I was ordained a deacon. Bishop Untner ordained me at a Saturday evening Mass. That gospel passage was the gospel at that Mass. 39 years ago tomorrow, I proclaimed that gospel at Mass and preached my first homily on that gospel. I felt a little uneasy then, not just because it was my first time, but because that gospel is challenging, and I still feel a little uneasy about it. Jesus spoke about those wearing long robes, and, well, here I am. Jesus spoke about greetings. Suddenly I was called deacon and then father. Jesus spoke about front seats. And there I sit. Okay, God, I get the message. To me, the message was that our sharing has to come from the heart. And that scares us. We are a little less analytical when we respond from the heart. We don't think as much about the possible consequences. We don't weigh them. Our response might be more than we would otherwise do. We may give a little more than we would otherwise. We may get involved a little more than we would otherwise. We may form deeper connections than we would otherwise. That was the case with those 2 widows we heard about in today's readings. Both of them gave not from their surplus, but gave all they had. Their gifts came from the heart, and they gave their very best. In his homily, Bishop Untner said those widows were reckless. They gave generously. They shared all they had, even though it wasn't a lot. Think of the things that get in the way of our sharing. We become afraid because, we might have a need in the future, so I have to be prepared. We become embarrassed, and I don't have a whole lot to offer. And when we feel afraid or embarrassed, caution takes over. Jesus challenges us to be reckless. Share what we have. Share it generously, even though it may not be a lot. Get involved in a new ministry. even if we might feel a little bit afraid of that. Connect with other people, even though it might make us a little uncomfortable. Jesus challenges us to put our best, whatever that might be, into God's hands, just as he did. Jesus gave his all. He put his life into the Father's hands on the cross. God pulled life, new life, out of that for Jesus. And he promises to do the same for us.